Hi guys, and welcome to OG Cars. You join me in the Citroen AX Elation, which we introduced to you very recently, and it's been my daily driver for a fair while now, actually, a good few weeks or so. Good going for me anyway, and yeah, it's been nice and reliable so far. I don't know when the last service was done, possibly a couple of years ago, so what I'm going to do is look to do a full service today. So we've got some parts over here. We've got our air filter, spark plugs, we've got oil and an oil filter, and yeah, we're just going to make sure this is all serviced and up to date today. So you join me inside the car now, and I'm just going to start it up and run it up to temperature, just because I like to make sure the oil has been run round so that it comes out nice and easily from the sump plug afterwards. I did notice that the car has been getting slightly slower to start the last few days now that the cold is coming in. So what I'm going to do as well is put the battery charger on here now, just so that I can be sure that the battery is as charged up as it can be. Hopefully the battery lives on, either that or it's going to die off in the winter and I'll have to replace it, which is fine, as I've got a few spares hanging around that I've bought for other cars which are now no longer on the road anyway. So yeah, that's fine. But yeah, now that the car's up to temperature, what we're going to do is we'll just kill it off, and we are going to get underneath there. Luckily the only time we have to be under here just to undo the oil sump plug and drain the oil into this clean container here, and we're just going to undo the oil filter and let the oil run into there as well, into the bucket, and then we're just going to replace the oil filter with a nice new fresh one, and then we're just going to do up the sump plug there and tighten it up, and then we're all done underneath. Obviously our plan is going to be fill the engine back up with oil, change the air filter and do the spark plugs as well. But the rain's just decided to come in at this very moment, so I've decided to hide the battery charger under there. I've got some wiper blades down there for this car, so I'm just going to pop them on. They're not very exciting, just obviously unpackage, slide them down out the arm and put the new ones on. The old ones are absolutely rubbish. The rear one doesn't even have the rubber blade on the end of it, and the front one is getting quite deteriorated in the middle. So as the MOT is coming up, I'm going to change those now. And yeah, at least we'll have fresh new wipers then, and I'll be able to see where I'm going. I've just reused the centerpiece from the old Bosch metal one, but yes, this new one has plastic ends, which is very bling. I've just changed the front one and I've just wiped the rain away, so you can't see how well it really is performing now. But look at that, beautiful. I'll actually be able to see where I'm going now. So I've just found 3.5 litres of 1540, and this engine is meant to take 1040, so I've got a 20 litre drum, which I'm going to keep in the garage anyway. But I figured I've got 3.5 litres of this, I may as well use it, and I'll probably spill it everywhere immediately right now. But yes, I thought I may as well use this oil up. This engine will probably run on treacle as well, the Citroen, I think it's the TU9, this one. I had the Peugeot TU3 in the rally, but they're just such good engines. Apart from occasional head gaskets, which is the same as Fiat fire engines, so they're pretty bulletproof, but they struggle with the same thing. But luckily this one's been okay so far, touch wood. Okay, so now that we've filled up the oil, we will start the car in a moment and check the oil on the dipstick, although the top of the dipstick is kind of broken, so I'm not sure how far it's really meant to go in. All the green's fallen off, but there's like residue down to there, so I assume it's meant to be up to there, but I don't. Minimax is somewhere between. We'll figure that bit out. Anyway, the air filter is under here. G's got the new one in her hand there, and it is a large contraption which requires the removal of the top of this device, which basically joins the throttle body here to the air filter system here, and also the oil breather system from the rocker. So it's just got a couple of Jubilee clips, which luckily are pointed the correct direction, which is half the battle here. So yeah, I'm doing them now. So now we have these metal clips holding the actual air filter in, which just, it says, both clips are off and it still won't come out. There's going to be things flying around everywhere. The tightest plastic clips known to mankind hold this filter on for absolutely no reason at all, considering it's got metal clips that hold it on and stop it from falling off. So cheers Citroen. I mean, it's not coming up, is it? There we go. Oh, and if in doubt, there's also one on the other side which you can't really get to. Right, cut. It came off, and it looks like someone's removed the original filter out of one before. You can see the residue there, and just chucked one of these ones in there, which is the same and does fit, but this new one, which has been, it's new old stock, I think it's a Champion one, bit dusty, yes, it's a Champion one, so yeah, it's got the new clips, the plastic clips, which were just a massive pain to take off just there, but yeah, it's all attached on this one, which is how it should be on this particular model. And what we'll do is we'll make sure it goes onto these plastic clips so that it never comes off ever again. Not sure I like this design. I prefer the Fiat one that has 2 clips and it just bounces out. There we go, that bit. Blimey, that is tight. There we go, it's actually clipped in now. I was going to say I'll just pop these on, but while I'm here, I actually have perfect access to all the spark plugs. So I'm just going to take the HT leads off now and change the plugs while we're here for Champion ones as well. Right, so we've got the ratchet and socket on there now. We've got our snap-on spark plug socket, which is the only piece of snap-on equipment I have, because the rest of it's Halfords Advanced. And yeah, we're just going to take these old plugs out, see how they compare to the new ones, make sure we get them new Champion ones in. So we've just grabbed these plugs out now, and they actually look pretty good. They're NGKRs, so someone's treated it to some nice plugs at some point, and it doesn't actually look too worn at all. So yeah, we've got some nice new Champion ones going in, new old stock. At least you know that old stuff is going to be, you know, if it's new old stock, it's going to be good quality, no rubbish remake stuff. So yeah, we've got that. And to be fair, the old air filter, apart from the black down the top and bottom, where obviously it just would have been against the dirty sides there, it's actually pretty good. It's not too clogged up or anything. So I think this car has been fairly well loved and fairly well serviced. So I'm just going to pop the plugs in, do them up now, and just get the air intake back together. That's the plugs. The leads are back on. The 2 clips holding the top is back on now, with the new oil filter there. And I just need to actually, if I grab this pipe, see there's a little cut out on the end there. If I just pop it on there, there we go. That breather's all together, and I've just made sure that this and this is all in on here as well. So all of that is now back together. So I've just done up the negative terminal as well, because that was actually quite loose. So we'll just see if the new plugs and new oil and new air filter have stopped this car from starting. Strange things have happened. Let's see if she goes. There we are. Running just as well as ever. So what we'll do is just run it for a few seconds, switch it off, and just check the dipstick. But other than that, that is the car serviced. So happy days. Now that we're all serviced and working, I've decided to do a quick clean on the car. So I've just gone over it with some shampoo and washed it all off. So she's all ready for the daily duties ahead. Thanks for watching this video, guys. There'll be more content on the AX and many other cars soon, so please stay tuned and watch out for all of that. Thanks so much for watching. Like, comment and subscribe, and we'll see you all in the next one.